last night we were trying to get the little boy to communicate using the pinwheel you see there. If you're here, can you spin the pinwheel for me? For a yes, can you spin it 3 times for me? If you're still guarding, there you go. There you go. Awesome. Wow, thank you. So you're still here guarding it. Oh, you rock. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Look at you. Wow, thank you. Look at that. Look at it go. You're awesome. I'm so glad you protect this Lake Shawnee. Make sure no bad people come in here.
Guys, remember, for a pendulum session for me, the way I read my answers is if it goes back and forth like that, that's a yes. If it goes side to side like this, that's a no. And in a circle in either direction, that's a maybe. So
you get a little closer to the swing.
Get closer to the swing. You ready? Is the little girl here with us right now? And that's a yes. So, the little girl that's here, the object that I'm holding, it kind of looks like a necklace, and you're more than welcome to touch it. It just lets me know answers to questions that I ask you. So, feel free to answer as much or as little as you would like. Do you like it here at Lake Shawnee? And that's a yes. Do you play with the little boy spirit that's here? That's a yes.
Are there a lot of other people with you?
Okay. Are there a lot of other people with you? I got nothing on that one. Hold on. You good?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that question. Do you have a lot of friends here to play with? That's a yes.
I hear you like balloons. Tell the story of the balloons.
Okay, so there were some models here, and the owner was out here talking to them. They were taking pictures by the Ferris wheel, and one of the models had a balloon. Well, the owner got to noticing that at the time it was a little owl air freshener. I'm gonna let that car go by, sorry guys. But it was an owl air freshener that was tied to that swing, and he noticed that the air freshener just started swinging back and forth really fast, kind of like a dog wagging its tail or whatever. And he was like, I think she likes your balloon. So the model came over and tied it to the swing, and the out air freshener was still swinging back and forth. So.
And they were standing about right over, you can't see it by the Ferris wheel over there.
Let me see if I can hit
Can't see it with all the fog.
The fog's too thick. Also, there's also a story of a group that came out here, and I can't remember exactly how it went, but they were walking away from here and they kept hearing footsteps behind them. So they would stop and they would look, and there would be nothing there. So after about the third time of them stopping and looking, they just got out of here. They left for the night. They left all their equipment and stuff here. They called the owner and was like, hey, we're gone. We're not coming back. All of our stuff's there. So yeah, whatever they encountered that night had to be pretty creepy.
Also, if you ever come to Shawnee, please do not trespass. The owner is very nice and will just about allow anyone to be here, so it is not necessary.
As long as you're respectful, he doesn't mind you being here.
Yes. The little girl, are you here now? You can communicate with us. We won't hurt you. Later on, we'll take you in the original spot that the swing actually sat.
But I don't get any bad vibes from this place or bad feelings. It's very calming.
No, there doesn't seem to be any evil entities here, or anything that seeks any harm. Cool little truck.
Yeah.
1945.
Alright guys, we are at the Ferris wheel part of Lake Shawnee. Sorry about that mist. It is crazy foggy here tonight, and it is really getting in the way of my freaking camera. But they brought this Ferris wheel in like 1984, 1985, right before they reopened the amusement park. And it is said that if you take a picture, that bucket right there, that's in the 9 o'clock position. Like if this is the clock, 12's at the top, 3's there, 6 there, 9 is right there. But if you take a picture, sometimes you can see an apparition standing in that bucket. Nobody has, like, died on the Ferris wheel. So, kind of creepy that you can still get an apparition in that bucket. The lake is right over here. Between the Ferris wheel and the pavilion and stuff. And the story of the lake is that there was a little girl swimming with her father, and something pulled the little girl under the water. The dad had to reach down, grab her by her hair, and pull her back up. Meanwhile, the mother's standing at the fence, and she is screaming because she's witnessed all this happen. But the little girl was fine when the father got her out. So we're going to walk over here to the swing sets. But there's a ticket booth that was operational when it was here in the 80s. And the story behind this swing set is one of tragedy, I guess is how you would explain it. This is not the original place that the swing set was at. It used to be across the lake over by the haunted attraction that they put on every October here. And when it was over there was a soda truck making a delivery. The swing was going, and the soda truck started backing up, and it backed up into the path of the swing, and a little girl hit the back of the truck, and unfortunately, she lost her life.
Ferris swing is believed to be the swing that the little girl was on when she was hit by the truck. It has, you can identify it by this bag here that's hanging on. Now there is another bag on the back that does have a bag, but I'm going to go with this one as being the one.
So it's said that the little girl hangs out between the swings and the original location that the swing was actually at.
So where I'm standing on the Native American burial ground, where that stone lies, this area is where a lot of artifacts were found, first discovered. And they're not deep. And this area right here, they found bodies. It is, like I said, it's estimated to be 3,000 bodies laid out across this whole area. And back in that direction, back in the 80s, they did a lot of mud bogging. They held mud bogging events here. And they wanted to relocate the mud bogging behind me where the stone is here. But so when they started doing that and they brought the backhoes in here and started digging up, is when they started finding all the artifacts. And that's where it led to them discovering the bodies.
They discovered the artifacts first. And then they brought in a team from the university and had them do some digging. And that's when they found the bodies. But there's tons of just arrowheads and tools that the Native Americans used out here.
You said they found like 4 huge boxes full of them.
Mm-hmm. There's a flower that grows here and is originally from Canada, and this is the only place it grows.
Mm-hmm. So they found all those bodies right here. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine how many more bodies are right around us?
Yeah.
Like I think they Their best guess is there's about 3,000 bodies buried here.
So the story behind this stone, if you take a look at it, a lot of people give offerings and they lay them upon the stone here. And if you notice right here, it looks like a Native American, the face right there, and then this is the headdress. Okay, the story behind this stone is they got in touch with a Shawnee chief in Oklahoma and asked her what they would use as a memorial.
A marking.
Or a marking. After finding and discovering all the bodies, she said just do like you would do if it was your family. So they placed this stone. They weren't really excited about doing that, so they picked this particular stone here. They placed it. After a while, it started to sink down, and it is pretty much full now, which looks like a Native American in a headdress. Anyways, I thought I would.
So this is here for the Mitchell Clay family. They were the first English settlers in Mercer County. And this is one of the spots that they remember the family because they had a tragic incident here, I guess is what you would call it. But right over there is where their cabin sat. And back in 1783, the mother was in the cabin with 9 children, and there was 3 children out playing by the creek and everything. The daughter was down at the creek and she heard her 2 brothers screaming and hollering, so she came to check on them. And she found some Shawnee tribe members were attacking her brother. She tried to step in and help, and they ended up killing her and one of the brothers, and then they took the other brother hostage. The mom hiked 5 miles across the mountain in that direction over there to the nearest neighbor to get help. While all of this was going on, the father was out with a hunting party. So when he returned home, he learned of the passing of his daughter and his son and the kidnapping of his other son. He gathered up a group of the hunters that had gone with him, and they rode out and finally caught up with the Shawnee somewhere in Ohio. I can't remember the exact place, but unfortunately when they caught up with them, the second son, Ezekiel, was being burned at the stake. So the father got his son's body, brought him back here to be laid to rest with his brother and sister. Alright guys, so this trail that we're heading down now is what the owner refers to as the creepy trail. He will not mow the grass down through here. He doesn't go down here at all. He has his buddy, who he calls Nighthawk, come and mow this for him. So we're going to take a walk down here and figure out why he calls it the creepy trail. Y'all remember me talking about the Clay family. This is the headstone for the children. Now, on here it does not say anything about Ezekiel. It says Bartley and Tabitha. Now, it is said if you take pictures of this headstone, sometimes Ezekiel will appear in them to let you know that this is where he is.
Yes. So with Ezekiel not being listed on here, people think that he was not brought back and buried here. But if it was my child and I went to revenge or to get my child I would have brought him back and buried him at home. So I am very convinced that he is buried here. So, Ezekiel, are you here? You like to prove to the people that you were brought home? Take some pictures if you do.
Bartley, are you here with us tonight? Didn't get anything. So I got that Ezekiel is here and that maybe Tabitha is.
And we thank you for allowing us on your land. Super sorry, really sorry about how you guys were booted off the land, and I mean...
So I just recently offered my knife that I always carry in my pocket. Lisa is now going to give an offering.
So I got this necklace from a place I worked at, and I've always kind of treasured it, so I'm now going to give it back to them.
That's awesome. Just wanted to give a little bit back. It's the least we could do for all that you guys lost.